Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Happy President's Day. Just want everyone to know that I am officially related to FDR. That's my, fun, exciting, informational story for the day. It's like, my third removed grandfathers had, siblings in common. Yeah.
I don't know if I can proclaim such a relationship to any of our presidents. Of course, one thing that's kind of said, it is Washington's birthday officially, but I think
Right.
everyone kind of says they kind of recognize it as President's Day. So a holiday, and we get daytime hockey out of this one. How about that?
I can't believe it. I mean, like, it hardly ever happens, especially during the weekdays. So definitely excited for this one.
Yeah, should be. We got two early games that start in just about 4 hours here in hockey. They go two games, and two games. So, that'll keep us busy today in the day. And there's also some basketball. Thing about basketball, just college today, NBA taking the week off here for a few days until we get to the resumption of play on Thursday. We did have the All-Star game last night. If you have any, opinions on what went down, Mindy, I don't know if it was a thrilling night. Maybe the maybe the format of the All-Star game has run its course. Um, the Elam ending is makes for different, different format, if you will. So, hello to everyone in the chat. What's your opinion? Are we just grasping for any sports we can get? I mean, Mindy's, you know, watching the XFL. We got to save her and get some sports going here, but it was fun to watch some football, I guess, too. But NBA All Star game. We went 2-1 on our consensus premiums in hockey. So let's say hello to everyone, Mindy, as we start rolling in. We got a short show, I guess, 11
Right.
11 games to preview, just like yesterday. Um, yeah, just getting ready for March Madness. The features today, I mean, Big West takes the center stage, and of course, Big 12 action. We'll preview a couple of those games as well, and a couple of games from the extra board. Let's say hello, Mindy, to the most, well, I don't know, maybe the most important people in my life. Here's Ron, Ziggy. So grateful for this experience. I don't know where it's leading us, but it's led us to some fun and some profits.
Right.
Greg is here today. Greg didn't even watch the All Star. Hey, no problem.
Yeah, me neither.
I guess one area of controversy was that uh, Giannis Antetokounmpo played just 30 seconds basically and was out of the game for the rest of the game. Um, Not sure that, like I've said, Mindy and BA, they said, oh, gambling partners with these casinos. Um, Giannis did say in the pregame that, what did I see? He said, I mean, I watched that. I watched the little draft and everything. They had the draft live before the game. But one thing that Giannis did say, I don't think the NBA was clear that maybe I'm mistaken, but all the props were up there as if he was going to play the full
Oh,
game.
gotcha. Okay.
Okay, nobody said Giannis is going to play. He was up there for 7-1 in MVP. He said at the All Star draft, whatever I have, I'm going to give. So I guess you don't got much, Giannis. Don't lie. Just don't lie. I mean, in this day and age of the gambling, you got to be honest and truthful. You got to say, I'm only going to play, get one basket, make sure I get in the box score, and then LeBron went out with a hand injury and he slam dunked the ball. So we'll see. Here's a player who missed 3 games heading into the All Star game after he set the record. They did honor him at the All Star game awkwardly.
Really?
Well, the top three scorers in NBA history were on the stage at the same time with LeBron, with Kareem, and with Karl Malone. Karl Malone, certainly a lightning rod for many people because of his checkered past. The NBA, I guess, not really worried about it. Comes from a little different society growing up. I don't want to put any, thing past. I mean, there were legal situations with what went on, but nonetheless, the big star was JT. He had the monster game, 55 points, an all-star game record. Uh, you know, Probably the most overlooked superstar in the game in Jason Tatum. Maybe this is the time. Maybe Boston this season can finally do this, and maybe get him the gets a lot of attention. I think everyone agrees that butterscotch. I don't know what that means, but if it's a day off, looks like you'll be. We'll see. Oh, Evan's on the tennis scene here today. So that was it with the All Star festivities. I think, Mindy. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I see some comments in the chat. Doesn't look like anybody's too fired up about it. So TJ's here today, and Scott says, "How about that? Those 55 points." Greg's not even sure he'll have much action today. And Ron says, "Who are you related to, Mindy?"
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So it's actually the Delano family is who I'm related to, and they just gave him his middle name. But it's kind of like my nephew Derek, because my brother is like the last Han, so my sister named him with the Han middle name. So that's how we're moving forward with that.
Okay. Like I said, I can't proclaim any. I do have a presidential doppelganger. Does anybody want to check this out? How about? I've been told that I look like Calvin Coolidge.
I would say that's probably official,
Okay,
right?
are you familiar with all
Yeah.
the president's appearances?
Yeah.
Calvin Coolidge, maybe my doppelganger. Ron says Obama's his cousin.
Oh, really? Awesome.
I want to see your birth certificate. I'm not a birther. I'm not a birther.
Just a comedian. That's all. That's all.
Right? I mean, when are we going to start allowing? I don't want to be that controversial guy, but when are we going to go back to giving comedians a pass to try to make us laugh a little bit at ourselves? That's the thing that I'm worried about comedy today. The way we, just label comedians as outcasts if they say something to, I guess there's a place where you could draw the line a little bit, but I don't know. It should be all fair game for comedians.
So, Ramon, are you familiar with Rue Boisdel?
Okay, what's going on?
So he is in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he is also my fifth remove grandfather's nephew. So you could take a look at that. So he held quite a few records,
Sure.
for pitching in the 1900s. I'm just going to throw you out my, my whole ancestry.com here real quick. But that's always fun. So
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. He held strikeout records to like Sandy Koufax. So pretty interesting stuff. And he had quite the career if you take a look at, or quite the life if you take a look at it out there on YouTube and stuff. So.
Well, here's your adopted family member, Thomas Lewis.
That's right. My brother-in-law, Tom Lewis.
Alan Spatana, good to see you again. Welcome. Nice to have you. Haven't seen you in a while. Here's Terrell here today as well. And Evan might be getting ready for the CBA games. Maybe he's a fan of the Shanghai Sharks. So, all right. Yep, Greg, better like and smash today. Mario Moore is here. Good to see you again, Mario. Corday is here today. So LeBron's team ended up losing. Giannis, that's what all I said was I thought that Giannis wanted to win. That was the only handicap I really had on the game, and the fact that he left the game. Lillard was somewhat spectacular as well with his half-court set shots, if you will. Yeah, Greg talking about the mailman there, and he was at the. You know what? Why not? They had the top 3 scorers there, so on the thing, and I know that it's been a few, but why not mention the number 4 scorer of all time whenever you get the opportunity? Kobe being Bryant. You got a couple Lakers on the thing already. You could kind of add a 4th one since the mailman's kind of All right, so hello to everyone in the chat. Let's go over to tonyspicks.com a little bit. Ziggy's wondering if we know Steve Fezzik. I don't know Mr. Fezzik, but I'm familiar with his work. And all right. Yeah, Ziggy does not like the PC code, so we're just trying to find things to talk about. I don't know. It just yesterday was all about NBA All-Star Game and some college basketball as well. So I don't know. We did well. We had some great picks on college basketball. I thought we did well on the show. We had, you gave out Nebraska, for example, Mindy. Great call. That was their spot against Maryland. And we also had video play winners. You had Northwestern. I had the under. That was a double winner. You had Washington State. I had the under. That was another double winner on the video. And you had UNLV, and I had that one went over. That one went over. But you had UNLV. So good video pick winners, and our premium plays went 2-1 in hockey. I guess Evander Kane showed up and scored a hat trick for Chicago, and Toronto took the night off. So.
Right.
I had a premium loser there. I thought, come on, Toronto will crush these guys right now. I went 2-1 on premiums. Check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com here, Mindy, and take a look at the handicapper leaderboards. Tim Irwin, 4-0, Pravi, Samba Murdy, 5-1, Nick Lagaretto, 7-3, the GM, 3-1, Tony T, 3-1 right there on the handicapper leaderboards. Let's see who's hot. And we know it's you, Mindy, still. I had an okay, let's see, I was on there somewhere, 6-4 yesterday with my premium picks. There's Morning's team, 2-1. There's Tiffany, 5-3 for the last week.
Yeah, I was the 1-1, and I, we had the same play, right? We had the Devils under, but I got it early in the morning, so I had it at under 6. So I pushed. So that's my 1-1. Otherwise, if I would have got that at the 6.5, it would have been golden.
Yeah, and I think there was both to be had out there. So right. I laid the juice with the 6.5. It came down to being a factor of the 4-2 final there. We also had that under in Columbus and Arizona. Arizona got it done with that overtime goal yesterday for the win. So, hey, I just saw some steam coming through, right. And it's on one of the games that we're previewing today. So maybe I'll just reserve it.
The anticipation.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get one for us that came in just before I put it in the Discord. Hey, how about you join us in the Discord? Why don't I put that up on the screen? I just put the a steam play that kind of came in right before the show. So if you haven't joined our Discord, you can interact with us in there every day. We have some, preview information, just discussion, and everyone kind of chats up a little bit there. I'm trying to make it a little more official. I'm trying to decide what is good content and what everybody wants to see. So, and Ron said the total went way over in the All-Star game. And that was the interesting thing that I had pointed out with one thing in the Discord. I said, well, these totals are really high in the first half. The score goes really high in the first half, averaging 180 points over the last 3 years with the format. And the same thing happened this time. It went way over. Yeah, Thurman Hills talks about the early steam there that came in, the Delaware State. So doubles is here today, ready for that hockey card there. Mindy, there you are on top of the handicapper leaderboards with the last 7 days with plus 1,311. The GM right there, 782. Tony T, 20 and 12 over the last 7 days. Pretty good record. I'm up there as well. But for the last month, Mindy, it's you and I. Slowly increasing the money, the stacks, if you will. We're up to 51.82 over the last 30 days. If you subscribe to Mindy and I, maybe on the 2-for-1 capper promotion, just betting $100 per game. Now you would have had to play. Look at that. Almost 600 games. Almost 600 games. But this has the juice factored in, folks.
That is true.
Contrary to popular belief. The juice is factored in. We post our plays with the juice. So even with 600 plays over the last month, Mindy, probably an average of 10 a day between you and I, up 5,100 units. And hey, it's important. However you can get it done. But again, the numbers speak for themselves, I think. So great job so far. And this year you're up 3,500 units. Just want to point it out. That's our little commercial. Click on the All Cappers tab to get signed up. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 20%. Find the handicapper of your choice. The GM is on top. There's no doubt. He was the hot handicapper over the weekend. And it increased his volume a little bit too. See, it pays off. Bet more, win more. Don't be a moron. Put more on it.
Right.
Okay. And so you can click on it, Mindy. You said you only had 3 plays yesterday. I would imagine you might come up with just some similar card. You never know because you just go with your numbers. So.
And it is officially really similar to yesterday. I have 1 play in the NHL, and I have 3 plays in NCAA college basketball. That's where I'm headed today. Probably pretty much done, unless there's some major line movement here, by the end of the day. That's where I'm looking.
There's the Mindy guaranteed 3-pack over at Tony'sPicks.com. If you're doing this well, you look at Mindy's numbers, up nearly 4 dimes this year. If you're doing this well, watch the show, get the free plays. Great. We're happy for you. We're stoked, actually. But you can always pick up our plays, and they're paying for themselves right now. That is a fact. So, all right. Ron's ready for it. And, hey, here's Kay Bronson. Is that a new face, possibly? Mindy, you won Kay Bronson some money.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited for that. I thank you for the kind words as well. But and the follow. But yeah, I don't recall Kay Bronson on here before. So
great.
Nice
great
to see
to
that.
have another new name, especially on Monday. 50 people are in here. I guess we're supposed to start to get to the picks. So there's a premium picks tab. Don't forget, we have our $15 plays, our best bets, our packages, and those late steam packages. I'm the leader in late steam, no doubt about it. And take a look at those. But there are the premium picks, including the best bets tab. You can pick up everybody's best bets, including Tony T. Best bet tonight, $15 premium for Mondays and college basketball, of course. Ben Ruhala has his best bet. So does Tim Irwin and Collins Brown coming in with the best bet. So All right, Mindy. See if we got anything. I see more comments coming in, but I think it's about time we get rolling. Matt D here today. He's like you, spending some
That's
time
right.
getting all
I got my nails done.
together. Ron's ready to start the card with the first game. So let's get rolling with it. We're going to start with hockey first because the games start early today at 1 Eastern, noon Central, and 10 Pacific. Well, Ron likes the Bruins on the puck line, Mindy. So let's get started with that game and talk about the Senators going up against the Bruins. Only one goalie was confirmed that I saw today. It wasn't either of these goalies, but I took a chance. So I'm not sure about Ottawa's situation. They might have two different goalies possible here today with Sogard and also with Mandalise might get a start in here now because of what's going on. So Boston, though, just a huge $3 favorite here, and the total 6.5 under 20.
Yeah, kind of a tough one, for me here, but both teams are 3-1 over the last four. Senators allowing only 2.5 goals a game. Bruins allow 1.5. The under 8-1-1. Bruins last 10. And the under is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings here between these two teams. So yeah, I'm gonna go under the total.
Well, it's a big line, and you might be looking for a total like this. I don't know if I even can, lay the puck line with Boston here at minus $1.35. I'll look to go under with Mindy. I think in this one. I know that there's some popular opinion out there that maybe there could be goals, but I don't know, Mindy. I mean, Ottawa's 2-8 to the under in their last 10, 8-14 to the under on the road. Boston, of course, 15-25 to the under as a favorite. I would think they could shut down the Senators here. Let's see what our friends in the chat have. Dave wants a prop. Here's Ziggy Bruins puck line. We already know Scotch. Here's Scotch on the puck line. Ziggy does not like the spot here. TJ looks like under as well. So I'm going to go under with Mindy. Ziggy mentions the back-to-back here for Ottawa, coming off the blasting of St. Louis. I had a premium loser there actually on the under in that game. I tried to give out St. Louis here on the show yesterday for some reason.
Evan's given us update on uniforms for the Bruins as well. So that's good.
Really, I wonder they're wearing that old sweater there. Alan wants the under as well. Let's go under, Mindy, and get it started with a play. Under 6.5 here, Ottawa and Boston, and two teams that definitely go under quite a bit this season if you combine them up. 39 and 58 or so to the under. So Dave also says first period lay a half a goal with Boston. Ron says Boston puck line. Yeah, I guess I would only look to the Boston puck line, huh? All right. Another game at the same time slot here. The Ducks are on the road for an early game, taking on the Panthers. The Panthers they're just a $4 favorite now. I think they were about $2.50 when I yesterday. Maybe that was a just a line that they threw out there to start. Pretty heavy still, $4. I mean, who's going for that Bruins Panthers 2-teamer today?
I don't know, Ramon. I don't know. I mean, I have them, as big favorites. But as for puck line, not quite sure on who I like in this one. So I'm going to go over the total here still. On this big number, Ducks here are 0-4, allowing 6.5 goals a game. Panthers giving up 4.25 per game. over 8-0 in the Ducks' last 8, allowing 5 more goals or more their last game, over 8-1-1 Panthers last 10 as well. Gonna take the over.
Ziggy wants the Florida puck line here. Says they should crush them. I hate, guy -1.5, -175. Whew. Jeez. I mean, these, you would think over here as well. Gosh, you would think that. I mean, I should be on this with you, I would think, Mindy, but I don't know. It's just that we've got what did I list it at? 7? Is it 7 on there?
That's what I have it as 7.
Okay, yeah, pretty much 7 everywhere. So nothing you can do about that. Am I really want to go over 7? I need 8 goals for that to happen. And you got a -400 favorite. I guess 6. No, 6-2 is actually more than 400, and 5-3 is a little bit less than 400, right? So 6-3. 6-3 is pretty close, right? Oh boy, can I really get on this over with Mindy? I don't know if I can. And this price is ridiculous. I'm gonna take Anaheim on the puck line,
Yeah,
plus 1.5, plus
my other option would have been.
50. Look, I got toasted on an ugly dog yesterday. Well, it wasn't even ugly when I talked about St. Louis. It just turned out to be ugly. This is my play. I'm not recommending it. I'm not. This is just. I got to stand up for my principles at -400, and take the Ducks here at plus 1.5, plus 150 or so. Butterscotch, Florida puck line and over. Evan says can't trust the Panthers. TJ says put something on that over. I get it. I mean, you look at these. It is a dead solid over when it comes to these two teams, no doubt about it. Florida 31-12 to the over this season, 17-9 to the over at home. Anaheim 17-10 to the over on the road. That's 34-20. Even I can 34-19. I can't figure it out. But Panger is here today. Says, yeah, no value on this. I mean, it's it's going to be square, I guess. Florida team total over, even that, you're paying the price, right? 4.5 over 30. So if you look at the team total, that's what, at 7, it's basically 4.5 to 2.5. But last I checked, they don't have half a goals. So you're going to have to take a stand somewhere if you're a sports bettor. Oh, okay, here's Butterscotch. This is a more likely. It's not in my realm on the show to suggest this, but that, to me looks kind of nice.
Right.
Evan says you got to take the over. TJ got to take the over. And so I guess 5-3. Can Anaheim get 3? 6-2? Is that what you're suggesting? TJ says that. Corenzo's here today. Nice to see you. So everyone's kind of struggling with this one a little bit because of that. And Ziggy says Panthers off the loss. Take it out on Anaheim. Here's Barber Life joining us. Maybe I should come see Barber Life a little bit. Like I'm getting a little out of hand here. So, all right. Dave wants the Anaheim +4 line, if that's available. And I think it might be today at some of those books. I don't know if it's up yet. Anything more than 2.5 or so as well. Maybe someone says seen it and can suggest it. Panthers aren't consistent, Evan says. Greg likes the cat. All right.
Yep, this is Felix, the black domesticated long hair. But he has pretty eyes if you can see him, but he looks a little sleepy. Here he is.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the over here, and I'll take Anaheim. All right. Trends are over big time. I will say
Yeah.
the Sharps, pretty sure the Sharps, this is a prime. Oh, man. Sharps are all over the over as well. I don't know if I trust them here, but I will give that to them. All right. Matt D going to the barber like, okay.
Haircuts are the worst.
All right, here come the Kraken. They're going to take on the Sharks in a day game. So this one's out west, and we're in a day game out west with the Kraken. Favorite up front here. Yep.
Well, I was
So,
going to go look to the
did I
under.
screw this up, Cindy?
What, the Kraken and Sharks?
Is that the right? Did I get the right time?
I have it 3 p.m. my time, so that'd be what?
Okay, thank you.
1
Got
your
it.
time?
I guess I'm just a little confused because of the West Coast day game and the holiday. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
gotcha. Yeah, Sharks here 0-3, scoring 1.5 goals over their last 3. Kraken 2-1, allowing only 2. Under 4-1-1, Kraken last 6, and under 5-1-1, Sharks last 6. Taking the under.
All right, Mindy wants to go under here in this one. Boy, this one, I don't know. They kind of trend over a little bit. I think it's a great number to go under, though. I don't know if I want to necessarily go over with these two, and not really sold necessarily here on the Sharks. I do see a little bit of money starting to come in on them, but Seattle, maybe they're back in their element a little bit when we were talking about, uh, Kraken on the road. They haven't really shown that form that they showed for so long this season. So I'm going to end up. I'll take the Kraken here. On the road. Yeah, I'll try them one more time. Maybe I think some of those games that they were in, that they were on the road, and I was kind of still trying to get on them where maybe situations where they were a little bit overmatched. But now here you're going up against the Sharks, and yeah, I mean the Sharks. What can you say? They've had their moments, but Sharks too have been kind of a team that has been a good road dog a little bit, and not so much at home. So Seattle has gone 7-2-1 in their last 10, and 16-5, of course, on the road. While San Jose, what can you say? They are a little bit better, certainly on the road, and 5-14 straight up at home. So Jim is here today. Good to see you. Hope everything's okay, Jim.
Right.
Don't do anything crazy on our part. Just take care of business. Jim likes the over, though. Good to see you. And Dave says Sharks team total over. Matt says, kind of wondering when is. Well, maybe, Matt, we do need a Kraken whisperer, but there's no doubt the numbers would indicate Seattle on the road. I think that's what if we don't have a whisperer, but we do see that most of their profit comes on the road as far as betting is concerned. So, and that's season long, not necessarily of late. But I'm going to go on the Kraken here. Mindy is on the under. All right, the Flyers are going to be on the road here, and also out west. Flyers and the Flames. Here's another big favorite. The Flames are 230. The total 6 flat.
Yeah, a lot of big favorites we got to get through early on here. Yeah. Flyers 0-4 in their last 4, scoring 2 goals a game. Flames 1-2, scoring 2.67 per game. I'm going to take a look at the under 6 here. It's 7-2-1. The Flyers' last 10 road games. Under 5-1 the last 6 meetings between these two as well. Going to go under the total.
All right, Mindy. Yeah, I mean, I think the Sharps are going to want the under 2 here in this one. The teams definitely kind of trend under a little bit with these two, so I don't mind that. But man, I just not sure. Can the Flyers have any kind of effort here? I mean, they've lost 4 straight now. I kind of want to take another puck line a little bit, but you do have 2 teams like Calgary. They're basically a slight under team. Philadelphia, that's the same. They're 10-16 to the under on the road. So Ziggy wants the Flyers here on the puck line. Butterscotch, this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to be with Butterscotch today here and take the Flyers on the puck line. Mindy's going to be on the under. Jim's on the under with you. Here's TJ. He likes the under. Evan says good spot for over here. That's kind of TJ, though, under. So, all right, that's fine. Mindy's on the under. I'll try the Flyers here on the puck line at plus 1.5, minus 125 or so. Jim, Mindy and I make it a practice to only, when at all possible, to Tony's picks. We specialize in sides and totals and money lines. I kind of consider that sides, and we try to stick to that on the show as well. So sometimes we leave the props a little bit to you guys. We might delve into it in the future, but I think the thing with how can I just say it, with touts, Mindy? We're touts. We are. Whatever bad juju that has attached to it. I'm over it. I like being a tout. I like giving advice if I can. But the thing is, when it comes to player props, and Tony talks about getting player props involved or people, but quite honestly, to make a large amount, you got to hit those props good. If you can, great. You don't want to get banned from any book. I mean, you can't just crush the props, and the limits are usually not as high. I mean, even the biggest joints will sometimes limit winning players if they're hitting props, to $50 or something, like that. So, you can get 500 on props if you're a little bit square, but it is fun, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and the Calgary team here, if you take a look at following an overtime game, they are losers of 5 in a row now. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, good point. Yep.
So it makes that Flyers look a little bit better, I'd say.
Yeah, join us in the Discord. I think everyone in the community kind of talks about props in there. So yeah. I have players that I definitely can, because I was an old DFS player before I moved to Las Vegas. I love the personnel. So, oh, thanks, Jim. Well, it definitely seemed like you knew what you were doing. So, and just good to have you in the chat here too, to get to meet you a little bit. Thank you. So, all right, yeah, Evan gives us his comment and then hits the bowl. So, all right.
Oh, funny.
Oh, I don't know about that, Evan. I've just been around, maybe. Okay, let's move on to the night games now with that. And as like I said, Mindy took the Flyers. I mean, took the under, and I took the Flyers puck line. All right.
That's right.
Two winners. Teams now. And these are both on the East Coast. That's why I was confused, because the West Coast games were listed above the East Coast games, and then all of a sudden I forgot it was the holiday. Islanders and Penguins here. Decent matchup. The Penguins minus $1.35, 6 under 15.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Penguins here today. At home, they're 4-2 in their last 6, scoring almost 4 goals a game here. Islanders 1-5 on the road, only putting up 2 goals a game here. Home team 4-0 in the last 4 meetings between these two teams here as well. Taking the Penguins today.
Okay. That's what I'm going to get behind with you, Mindy. Penguins, this is a very reasonable price, I would think, in this game for Pittsburgh. Why not try a little favorite here at minus $1.35? Let's take the Penguins in this one. I think I'd like to back them here at home. You have Pittsburgh 15-6 at home this season. The Islanders are just 1-6-3 in their last 10 games. Definitely struggling a little bit. So, hey, Mindy, I just want to mention everybody right now. We were talking about the the two big lines. If you got your line screen up, I think Boston's moving here a little bit. It looks like there's some. If you want Boston, I mean, we're already dealing with that $3 line. It's already 310, 320. I'm showing it on the move. This is getting steamed right now. Boston, a $3 favorite, is absolutely getting steamed right at this moment. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to be on Pittsburgh. That's a little bit more reasonable of a price, I would think. I would think in this one. So, all right. Let's see here. We did have a butterscotch. She likes the. Oops. Did I get that right? Yeah. Butterscotch likes the over in this one. I think Ziggy's saying under in this game. I'm not sure. And let's see here. Ziggy can't touch the side. So what is this? TJ, might as well Penguins. I got a unit on it. He likes the Penguins as well. All right. And yeah, maybe, I don't know. We don't want to press it, right? Dave says he's staying off of it. But no, I think the Islanders are playing weak enough right now that we can get on Pittsburgh here. Let's take the Penguins
All
tonight.
right, let's do it.
For our second consensus play. And Ziggy here saying under. And Evan's still all over
Connor
McDavid.
and David.
And Adam here today. Good to see Adam. Yeah, we were giving out unders left and right, weren't we? Mindy and I both. Right. And hey, Gary's here today as well.
Gary.
Nice
all
to
right.
see everyone here today on a holiday. I'm looking at that number. I don't know, guys. Keep an eye. I mean, I saw 92. I don't know if it's gotten any higher.
93 is what I'm sitting at, but we'll see.
Thought there might be a chance to set the record. I had a dream that we set the record, but it was with one of those groups of chatters that bombard chat rooms nicely to get their numbers up.
Right.
I said, it doesn't count. You guys aren't real sports bettors.
It always counts.
Verley's here today. Hello to Verley. All right, last game on this hockey board.
Yep, one more.
Jets and Rangers. Can we get a 3-pack out of this, Mindy? The Rangers might.
I don't know. It's too much pressure, Ramon.
There's a big move here on the Jets coming in. I'm showing that was earlier at the same book, and now I'm showing down to 165. I don't think it's steamed necessarily, but I'm definitely showing a little bit of a move here on the Jets. And I can't spell Connor Hellebuck, but go ahead on this one.
Oh, goodness. Well, I mean, it's one of those things, like, I might lean to the Rangers here, but I kind of feel like that price was way too high at 175. It looks a little bit better, 165. Still probably too much for me here. I'm going to go ahead and look towards a total. I'm going to go under here in this one. The under's 8-1 in the Jets' last Monday game, 6-1. The Jets' last 8 games playing on rest. Under 4-0 in the last 4 meetings between these two teams here as well. Gonna go ahead and try the under today.
No, I can't disagree. I mean, the way these two teams are going, that doesn't mean I'm going to be on it. No, yeah.
Thought I could get the consensus. No such thing.
Well, look, I mean, anytime I got the Rangers at home, I kind of like them, but I'm just look. You look at these two teams, you would think under, right? I mean, especially with the Rangers, they've gone under in 7 of their last 10. Winnipeg's 9-17 to the under on the road. We know they've been the monster under team this season, despite the fact that, well, they've been going over a little bit of late. Looks like the chat's hot on this game. Let's see what we got. I see a lot of comments here. Evan wants to set a personal record of winning picks today. I don't know. Is there enough games for that, Evan? You've had big days. I think TJ's going over in this game. Rangers off the road trip on the back-to-back, Ziggy says. Jets trash. Ziggy leaned into the under. Here's Scotch with Rangers in regulation. Evan's got we're waiting for the bologna and cheese play here. Bad spot for the Jets. Evan says Ziggy's leaning to the under. Dave wants Rangers first period. And Jim also with a suggestion, Rangers or the under. Evan says Rangers have been hot since the break. Burley says Rangers at home, and I'll do it as well. I'll take the Rangers minus $1.65. Definitely seems more reasonable now than that 180 price. Hope you guys can get a good price too. Winnipeg might be the slightly more profitable situation, but like you said, like they said in the chat, Rangers now 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. So I'll take the Rangers minus $1.65.
Yeah, it's starting to come into play. I think.
Favorite. I've been Mindy's on the under. All right, everyone, nice job. And we'll go. We got 5 college basketball games to look at here today. Kind of a mixed bag of big conference, mid-major, and small major, if you will. So let's get it rolling here and start it off. Going to go to the Big 12 to get rolling here with Oklahoma State and West Virginia. I'm showing West Virginia at home, favored in this one, Mindy, by 5 or so. And the total is 143 now, down to 143.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a look at Oklahoma State here again. They won the last one by 7 at home. I know the Cowboys here are on the road, but they are 6-1 in the last 7 games here. West Virginia 2-5 in the last 7 against the spread here as well. Gonna go with the Cowboys on the road +5.
All right, Mindy's going to take Oklahoma State to come in and beat West Virginia. I just have my concerns about Oak State a little bit on the road. They're not awful though, are they? They are 3-8 as an underdog against the spread, while West Virginia, that's the one area where they actually have profited a little bit, 9-7 as a favorite. So Oklahoma State's been the slightly better team of late, but for me, I'm going over in this one for sure, especially with West Virginia at home. They're 11-6 to the over at home, 12-4 to the over as a favorite. Oklahoma State's gone under in just 2 of their last 10 games. So for me, I'm on the over here strong. I kind of like this one. This one might be a freemium here in this one. Can't go with Oklahoma State, if you know what I mean, Mindy. I've got to take the over in this one. If I don't take the over, we're in a challenge here, I think, today. So let's go over in this one. Mindy's going to be on the Oklahoma State Cowboys on the road. I'll take the over in this one. I should have listened to see what's going on in the chat. Evan leaning West Virginia at home. Butterscotch on the over. TJ loves the over. So that makes me feel good. So, and Rodney's with you, though. Hello, Rodney, today.
All right. Yay, Rodney.
Keep looking at that number. When I see a new, Rodney's not new, but I mean, I didn't know he was here until he said something. He also got another, just saw steam come up in hockey, Calgary. Man, these big favorites are getting steam today. Let's see tomorrow if these big steam teams, Boston,
the big steam team,
Florida, Calgary, Boston, Florida, Calgary. Anybody want to take that absolutely square parlay today? I don't know. It's not something I would do, but that sounds like the one that the ultimate square parlay in hockey. Boston, Florida, and Calgary. Light your money on fire. All right. All right, we're keeping it in chronological order, Mindy. Hope that doesn't screw you up too much.
No, there's only, it's only a handful. I can decipher.
It's not Saturday, so. But let's head out to Rocco's here today. Nice to see you. Nice to see. Rocco might be. Hey, he might take it. He would take it. He would take the square parlay. All right. I might throw 10 on it so I can laugh at myself tomorrow. Rocco, if we hit it, we'll be swimming in doubling our money. Okay, a little bit better. All right, Howard and Morgan State here. Let's get into some of this action. Howard, 6.5, 147.5.
Yeah, so Morgan State got absolutely slaughtered here by Howard last time out, 88-56. It's one of those, like, I just don't think I can get on, Morgan State right now, especially when the Bears here are 1-5 in the last 6 games overall. Howard, on the other hand, 7-1 in their last 8 games here. Gonna go ahead and take Howard, -6.5.
All right. -6.5. What happened when I went to bed? I think it was 4. So that's not great, because I I like Howard in this spot. I definitely like Howard. Oh, okay, Gara. Sorry about that, Rocco. This is the Scotch lock of the day. Howard is the Scotch lock, everybody. Well, I gotta respect that. I definitely like Howard in this spot. I kind of want to go over, but there's such the sharps are kind of mixed. I don't know. I was interested in that total, but now if you guys are on Howard, I don't want to. I feel awkward because of the price. Now it's 6. I mean, I even saw some 7.5s out there, but I don't know if there was buyback or what. But I definitely saw some bigger number. I mean, I should have played it before I went to bed.
Right.
Like a normal person. So, all right. I mean, Howard's just on a roll. They're in first place easy right now. Evan maybe here. Oh, okay. He was thinking the Scotch is saying they have that momentum. They're in first place by a game over Norfolk right now. Morgan's just 4-6. Mindy, you mentioned the previous meeting. All right. Well, I guess just too many mixed signals for me on the total. So I'll look to do it. I mean, Howard beat him. What did you say, by 30 points or something?
Yeah, it might have been 88-56.
All right. Let's take a preview. Maybe that's what the public's seeing, and that's why it's 6.5. That's the only thing that's holding me back, guys. Really, I appreciate how it's the Scotch lock. That is starting to, carry some momentum in the chat. Scotch has been such a good partner of ours, really. So let's do it. I'm going to rely on him to take us over that extra 2.5 points today. I mean, I liked him coming in. I mean, they were probably going to be a play, and then once they got to this point, it'd probably be more of a. But let's do it. Greg says road team does very well in this series, Mindy.
Yep, for sure.
Okay. Well, Howard just 6 and 7 straight up on the road this against the spread. 5 and 6 straight up. 5 and 6 on the road straight up. But certainly Howard on a roll right now. They've won 9 of 10, covered 8 of those. So, all right, that's fine, Scotch. I'm with you. Howard Bison -6.5. All right, yeah. spending time on these MEAC games on a President's Day.
Right. Hey, sometimes I feel like we, since we're playing the, home and away series, I sometimes feel like we, talk about the same teams every day. So I thought I'd switch it up a little bit.
No doubt about it. I would like look, I mean, funny, right? We could Louisville and Duke, right? Nobody wants to. I mean, Louisville, but they won one. I mean, Louisville, look out! Hey, all right, North Carolina Central and Eastern Shore going at it. Central's a 2-point favorite here. We talked about the Steam. Which game was it?
This one?
Yep, Mindy. So you can see they were definitely a pick. I think you know that, and they're up to -2 right now, and the total's still 135.5.
Well, I want to take the home team, the Maryland Eastern Shore. They won the last one by a point here. They're 5-1 against the spread at home this season. NCCU is only 1-4 in the last 5 home games. Hawks 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 as well. Maryland Eastern Shore for me, especially now I'm getting a basket. Yay!
NCC, is this a bank commercial or?
I used to be in the North Central Conference, so that's what I think of when I hear NCC.
Evan says Eastern Shore keeping their head above water. They're 2 games. 2 games. They can't. I guess they could tie there, but season's almost over now, so they're pretty much done. Blake's here. Hello to Blake. TJ wants to take a look at one more game with maybe after this. We could probably do
I'm
that.
going to put my little comment in it. Cal Poly stinks.
Well, we'll talk about them, I guess, here in just a moment. So, Eastern Shore, it looks like C-Spill here today. Hello, C-Spill. And I'll end up going over in this one, Mindy. I'm thinking, I don't know. I might be opposite you here. I think the trends kind of favor. I think certainly Eastern Shore in this one. You mentioned the close game first time around, but man, Eastern Shore 5-1-1 against the spread at home, pretty impressive. That's a close matchup too. Obviously, I'm going to take over in this one. Eastern Shore is 5-2 to the over at home, while Central is 8-4 to the over on the road. So I'll go over in this one, and Mindy will take Maryland Eastern Shore.
All right.
Okay. Cross it off.
That's what I did. Next.
Well, next we're going to go out and see, can Kansas win another? They're in a tough one here against TCU. TCU -2, 149.5.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was now, but again, I was on Kansas, off Kansas again. Then Kansas smoked them. Now Kansas, I don't know. They won by 23 last time. I'm taking them again today. KU 4-0 in the last 4 games. The road team 7-2 in the last 9 in this matchup. I'm going to go Kansas.
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of how I feel about usually Kansas. Yeah. Kansas.
Well, before, or just over the last couple of years, the Pac's caught up to Kansas. It's not automatic anymore in the Big 12. We know that.
Will Self's face is usually always red as of late. I haven't seen that much high blood pressure from a coach in a while.
It's getting down, to the nitty gritty. This is the big game of the night, obviously. So we'll see what happens coming down here in the Big 12. I mean, Kansas tied with Texas right now for that top spot. TCU's had their ups and downs, we know, in conference play. Maybe as we get towards the end, it's starting to work in Kansas's favor. I'm willing to try Kansas with you here.
Okay.
Scotch says he wants the over. Hey, Boom Eel is here today. Good to see you, Boom. Taking first half. Evan was going TCU. Said maybe just doesn't like the game. I want Kansas here in this one, Mindy. I want to take the Jayhawks. TCU, they're playing just a little bit better. Man, TCU, they're 12-3 at home, but they've lost 6 out of their last 10. I'm going to go with you, Mindy, here and take Kansas.
All right.
On the road.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Pressure play right there.
Yeah, it really is, because this is a tough one, and Kansas was, with vulnerability, certainly on the road, but now they've won a couple of road games. Which one did you say? Oh, you had them against Oklahoma when they won by 23? Maybe
no. Last game out when Kansas played TCU, they won by 23.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm just saying last came out. I can't remember who we had on the show. I took Kansas, or I mean, I took opposite of Kansas, and Kansas whooped them. I don't remember who it was now.
oh, okay.
Tech
But
maybe.
I see that. Yeah, that was
Now I have to look.
the loss to TCU. The loss to TCU, right? That was the stunner because it was at home by 23 points.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that right. Nathan says it right there. Revenge. Yeah. So, hey, Ibrahim, didn't mean to miss you there. Good to see you. He was wondering about the over under. I know it feels like these two teams are more, trending over, but Kansas are not an underdog very much, and their 4 games as an underdog have been kind of lower scoring. But in general, these teams have gone over. TCU is 11-6 to the over as a favorite. So 4
Yeah, it
games.
was when sorry to interrupt. It was when Kansas lost to Iowa State 68-53.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that
That
was
one
their
out. Iowa State annihilated them.
right. That was their last loss on the road. Then they came back and swept the Oklahoma teams.
So far,
I think
yes.
that's what's right, and that's what's kind of put them. I mean, they beat Texas, they won at Oklahoma State, they won at Oklahoma, and of course beat up on Baylor. And I had lost that one. I actually lost that one. So, okay,
Yeah, you remember
let's
those
take
losses.
Kansas. Yeah, let's take Kansas. Let's do it. Kansas on the road here to get one done. All right. Fullerton and Santa Barbara. Well, Santa Barbara's a lovely place to party on a Saturday night.
Yeah, maybe I should catch a flight.
They are favored here in this one. Looks like by 6. Yeah, 6 and 129.5.
Yeah, and then UC San Diego and UC Davis. I was surprised to see them as an earlier start than normal as well. But I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'm going to go with the Gauchos. The Gauchos. That's what I'm taking. UC Santa Barbara to bet today. They won by 8 last time out, 6-4 at home. Gauchos 4-1 in the last 5 games versus a team with a losing record here. The favorite in this matchup head to head is also 13-5 in the last 18. I'm going to take UC Santa Barbara today.
All right, Mindy, I'm going to be with you in this one. I like Santa Barbara in this one. Yeah, maybe the trends might say Fullerton a little bit, but I'm gonna go with Santa Barbara here with you in this game. I think that's. I'm a little bit concerned. The number is just a tad high. Wouldn't make my card necessarily, but if you like them and you are hot after all, I'll take them with you. You got Santa Barbara. They're both very, pretty darn good spread teams, especially Fullerton 11-3 against the spread as an underdog. Pretty impressive. But I'm going to take Santa Barbara here with you and lay 6 points now. Not thrilled about that big number, but Butterscotch does like Fullerton here. So we're against Butterscotch, I guess, in this one.
Ooh, but we will take his Scotch lock today, Howard. Because the Scotch lock yesterday was what? Northwestern, right?
I think, yeah.
So, hey, look at us go.
And Evan has a little parlay action, it looks like. Let's see, where is it at? We'll talk about that anteater game in a moment. I think he just wanted to say horned frogs and anteaters. Because who wouldn't? All right. I think I got one more here, Mindy, if I'm not mistaken. No.
I can't find it.
Okay, that's it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, the game we were going to talk about. Okay, that's what it was.
All right.
I'm really showing my memory loss here, I think, of late, because we were going to talk about the game between UC Irvine. They're on the road against a big favorite here against, they're up to 11.5. And, I didn't want to say it because I'm kind of the thing about Cal Poly, right? I mean, they're the You see how San Luis Obispo, everybody knows, you see what the three letters there say? Slow. That's what Cal Poly games are. They are
Oh.
slow. They are slow. They are the slowest. I don't think they're the slowest team metrically on the Ken Palm. I don't know. They might be. If everybody watches their game, they're the. I don't want to go as far as to say who said they sucked.
Me.
No,
I said Cal
80%
Poly
bettors
State.
here got us to 97. If we could just call up a few friends here, we could get to that. Trying to draw it out here a little bit. I feel like we've peaked.
Right.
TJ, under probably. It's funny because I make the point about San Luis Obispo uh, being a total but they're not necessarily. I mean, I think there are a lot of games get lined kind of fairly by the books. They are 5-4 to the under as an underdog. Mindy, what did you see? Did you call up your numbers on this one?
Yeah, and we were talking about the offensive efficiencies between these two teams a little bit, right? So if you look at Cal Poly, they averaged 94 points per 100 possessions, while UC Irvine, they're 108 points per 100 possessions. Defensively, they're about the same, but UC Irvine, though, they've been holding their opponents in the last three to only 66 points. And then you have a team that, likes to only score 60. So, that's kind of how I see this one as I like UC Irvine here. I don't love, double digits, especially when you could have got it at like 9 or 10 yesterday. Now it's at like minus 11.5. So again, I'd probably take UC Irvine here in this one. Cal Poly, it's one of those, it's weird because I have to go back and look, but there's something about them that always ticks for me to look at this game. When I do all my numbers and I put them in and it spits out some results, Cal Poly always shows up really high. So I haven't really gone back to look because it's one of those that they're underdogs by 6 and they lose by 20. And it happens like every time, but there's still something about the way they play ball that goes ahead and shows that I should look at this team for, being victorious in the matchup. But it's just not, living up to its expectations. How about that?
Well, no, I guess I just watched too many Cal Poly games, and Butterscotch talked about the last game, 55-54, and they have so many low-scoring games. The Sharps are coming in on the under here. When I see the total, though, closer to 130 than like 120, then I kind of think, well, maybe this is the game where it doesn't end up being super slow, like Scotch says. So, but that's the way it is with Cal Poly. So
Here, Ramon, I found it on my sheet. So
okay, good, because
here's the big thing that keys Cal Poly for me to look at is that they hold on defense their opponents to 18% from three. And that's like the big differential if I take a look at, how they play against teams. Because most of the time you hold your opponents to three, like 30% of the time or 28% of the time. So they really have good defense from the 3-point line. How about that?
No, they definitely. I thought it was just me, but again, they're painful to watch, quite frankly, and maybe I just end up watching too much. Maybe they're for me, like that's the way I am. I'm like, they're so painful to watch. I want to watch them. So, but gosh, right.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's tough watching this team, but I don't know. It's just what happens. That ESPN Plus. You just go down the line, and there it is. Cal Poly, ready for me to watch them.
Well, because I remember it must have been like early on the show, like maybe the first week or so of basketball. I think we might have covered a game with Cal Poly, and I think we took them, or maybe it was just me personally. And that's kind of what has keyed me to them the rest of the season to watch them is because it's one of those that they were like 6-point favorites or something like that. And everyone was on them. The Sharps were on them, and then they just got demolished. And so that was really early on that made you kind of look at Cal Poly a little bit different.
Yeah, this is tough. I want to kind of want to go with you, Mindy, but that number is just so high. And uh, to me, the markets kind of say, look, I mean, I love to go under with this team, but they're struggling so bad. I'm going to go over in this game. I expect Irvine to be able to look. They're double digit favorites, and you think of a match of look. What is it going to be? 70-60? Could Cal Poly even gets? I'm going to go over in this game between Irvine and Cal Poly. Yeah, and here's Rodney. First half over. He might be seeing what I'm. Cal Poly game total over in the first half. So we might be seeing what I'm seeing here. Usually I want to play under in Cal Poly games, but in this situation, I'm going to take the over. Mindy's on Irvine. Hey, don't forget to check out Tony's videos. He's got 10 games previewed for college basketball today for the Cards. So not only the games, some of the games that we covered, but Tony's got previews of other games as well, including UCSD and Davis, the game that Mindy mentioned. He's got Louisville and Duke previewed. He's got Hawaii and Bakersfield. I saw a comment there in the chat on Bakersfield today as well. Who had Bakersfield? I saw.
I must have missed that one.
No, yeah. Well, they weren't asking about the game. It was just. Okay. I think it was someone's play. Thurman was here saying he might be on Bakersfield here, taking the points at home against Howard. So check out Tony's videos. He's also got the Minnesota-Illinois game, Riverside, Northridge as well, and also Florida A&M, Alabama A&M. So check those out. All right, Mindy, great show. Great job. Hey, Brent Cook here today as well. Just trying to stretch it out, Mindy. We got 99 live viewers. I don't know if we can get to our record. We just got maybe a minute or two left, but pretty stoked with you guys.
What was the spread on Kansas? I didn't write it down. 2?
Yeah, 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mindy's going to bring up the plays. TJ, thank you. Rodney, great to see you. Great show. Well, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Check out our premium picks. These are our best picks over at Tony's Picks. These picks are pretty good too. If you ever miss the show, you can always subscribe to them over at Tony'sPicks.com. Look, they're always free here on the show, even on YouTube. You never have to pay for these plays. And but if you want to make sure you don't miss the plays, please consider getting 3 days worth of them for $99. Don't look at it as if you're paying $99 or $179. Don't forget to use the promo code Tony T. That'll save you even more. But just look at it as if, hey, I want the plays. I can't watch the show. And just know that Mindy and I benefit if you do subscribe to them. Burley, thank you so. Oh, thanks for remembering that, Burley. So, yeah, you can subscribe to our plays for 3 days or 7 days. Say you're going to be out of town, you don't have time to watch, but you still want to get down on the games or know that what our picks are. I saw it just tick to 100, but I don't know if we're going to back to 99. All right. Hey.
Did I write UC Santa Barbara wrong? Sorry.
Yep.
Oopsie. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Do you want to leave it? We'll just leave it up there. I think that's okay.
Yeah, because we've mentioned it here.
Yeah. Well, that was
pointing that out.
That was just a ploy, actually, to get Velo Cuts first ever comment. Yes, right. We wanted to hear from you specifically. Velo Cuts, you are representing our 100 viewers.
100th viewer of the day.
Yeah, you are number 100, Velo Cuts. Thank you so much for being part of our audience. It looks like you know what you're doing just because that's your first comment on our show. It looks like you know what you're doing in the world of sports betting. So Evans with some funny comments as well. Butterscotch, he wants to come back on Louisville today. Walk This Way's here. Great to see everybody. We almost made it, Mindy, but I think Gerardo's here. Smash the like. We can't hang around. We can't find anything else to talk about, Mindy, to get us any higher. I mean, we can only talk about, we could go on Commerce and Nichols, Bethune-Cookman, Allen, whatever, but let's just get out of here. Great shows. Great job, guys. Have a great holiday. Hopefully everyone's able to take the day off and do some stuff and watch some hockey. So
That's right.
all right. Yeah. Yeah, we tried, Mindy. We tried. We almost got there. That's okay.
We're close.
Thanks to everybody. Wow. All right. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday with more morning steam, more hockey, more college basketball. I don't know. We can't find anything, maybe some soccer. I don't know.
I'm out, Ramon.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone for joining us. Almost made that number today, but there's no turning back. We're not going to make it, Mindy. Let's get out of here. Thanks, everyone. Great show. Good job. Great comments as well. Great picks. Let's hope it's another winning day as well. Scotch is ready for baseball season. Right. Kind of enjoying some of the talks that's heating up as well with teams and things like that. So, all right, Mindy, thank you so much. Great job, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow with more morning steam. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.